Greetings, YouTube. The other day I posted a video reviewing the Hackmaster 5th edition book. And I mentioned that I don't like assassins. And someone mentioned in the comment section that they felt assassins as a class had their place in the world. As an aside, I'm aware that Hackmaster was originally written as a satire, but I had the book recommended to me as a game system, as a system of rules. So I reviewed it as a system of rules, and it came up lacking. Now, as far as an assassination class goes, I still don't see the justification for it. Sure, the original first edition assassin had an uber cool instant kill move, kind of like a wrestling move, and that was supposed to be really impressive and supposed to take people down in one blow, that kind of thing. But frankly, those insta-kill things don't seem quite as attractive now as they did back in 78. And I think that we have a number of other options for people to fill the role of sneaky guy that kills people for money. Now, first of all, anybody can kill people for money. Anyone. Truck drivers can kill people for money. They can just mow them down. But if you want to be sneaky and do it, you do need a certain skill set. And of course, the best skill set in a class-based system like D&D or the OGL is the rogue. And you can tailor a rogue quite easily to become a really good assassin. And they have the precision damage, which allows them to do a lot of harm in a single blow, which may well take their target below 0 hit points, whereupon they perform a coup de grace and they move on to collect their coin. But there are other options. Rangers make really good snipers, of course, as do certain types of cleric builds. They make good snipers. Spellcasters in general, if they tailor their skill set and their spell selection properly, can also be really good at sneaking into places unseen and killing people. Alchemists can poison them. There are any number of ways of being sneaky about the different types of assassination styles. Having an assassin class to me is a lot like having a class dedicated to being a second story man or a safecracker. You can just tailor an existing class to fit that role. You don't need a unique class to fit that role. And I think that having an assassin class is a bit like gilding the lily. It's just taking something that already exists and doing something to it that we don't need. It's making an uber rogue that's focused on assassination. You can make a focused rogue on assassination, or a focused ranger, or a focused mage of some variety without needing a unique class, in my opinion. The ninja, of course, is another good example. If you want to use expand the number of classes available to you, they would also make excellent assassins. But they have other utilities. They make good spies, things like that. So I'm just not buying the argument that we need a dedicated assassin class in D&D or the OGL. And I'm willing to listen to arguments for people to tell me otherwise. I mean, if you can convince me that we need an assassin class as opposed to just taking existing classes and tweaking them very slightly through selection of skills and feats and archetypes in case of Pathfinders, I'd be willing to listen. But I'm going to have a really hard time believing that your argument's going to move me, because I just don't see it. I haven't since, I don't know, 2nd edition, and I'm having a hard time buying how we can justify the argument now. Anyone that takes coin for killing is an assassin. It's just a title. I don't think that we need that on our job description. I don't think that we need to put that on our resume. Right next to loves dogs and volunteers at the pets at the shelter and has a BA in business and assassin.